Hi, my name is Peter Carson. I'm a Microsoft SharePoint MVP, and I'm excited to be presenting a full-day workshop at SharePoint Fest in Washington, D.C. on March 27th. The workshop's going to cover material I'll be presenting in 3 breakout sessions during the main conference, but in a workshop format where attendees will get a chance to get hands-on with the topics. So the workshop is called Collaborating and Publishing Securely Inside and Externally. As I mentioned, it's made up of 3 breakout sessions I'm going to be doing during the main conference. The first one being managing modern team sites, communication sites and Office 365 groups, Office 365 external sharing, and publishing Office 365 websites to external users with Azure. For the morning, we're going to start by doing an overview of modern team sites, communication sites, and Office 365 groups. But from there, we'll go into implementing a site request and provisioning process. So the idea is that we've got a SharePoint list and a Power Apps form that people can request new sites through. We'll use a flow workflow to automate that, both from an approval point of view and site creation, that actually calls out to an Azure function and some PowerShell, leveraging the Office Dev P&P to actually build out those sites. Not just from a standard site point of view, but also customized templates that you can create through that. The whole solution we're open sourcing out, so it'll be available, and we'll actually take you through as part of the workshop building that in your own environment. We'll then go into some branding, looking at themes, logos, alternate CSS, Bootstrap, custom master pages, pros and cons, different approaches from that point of view. We'll break for lunch, come back in the afternoon, finish up on the branding. Actually, we're going to leverage the same SharePoint sites list that we used at the beginning for site provisioning to actually manage the deployment of branding across different site collections. We've got a SharePoint framework A to Z web part that we'll show you. It makes it easy to navigate through sites, and a breadcrumb control that shows you a nice hierarchy, not just a 2-level like a hub site, but a multi-level hierarchy of site collections that you can manage. From there, we'll switch gears. We'll talk about sharing your sites and groups with external users, and we'll look at both the out-of-the-box SharePoint Online and the Azure AD B2B experiences. Anonymous links versus named users, how we onboard those external users, and alternative approaches as part of that. Then we'll wrap the day up talking about publishing an Office 365 website to an Azure website. Scenario here, if you've got a public-facing anonymous site, how would you want to use that? Building out a publishing process, leveraging things like Azure Search as part of that experience. And then ultimately, not just anonymous, but secure access to that Azure website. How can we again use Azure AD B2B, maybe B2C, social federation like Google and Facebook to provide secure access into that website? And we'll wrap the day up from there. Thanks for checking this video out, and looking forward to seeing everybody at SharePoint Fest DC, March 26th to 30th.